Shalom, Shalom, Israel. First of all, I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, and I do so by Shem HaShekel Shah. Second of all, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to the elders who taught us this truth. Well, just praises and honor and glory to the elders who taught us this truth, and made a way for us to come and grow in this thing. I have to give them a strong Shalom. I also like to give a strong Shalom to brethren who are diligent in this truth, seeking after righteousness' sake, and seeking after the pleasures of the Most High, not the pleasures of the kingdom. I'll give you a chance for a while, but today we come back with a quick video on don't desire wickedness, or don't desire wicked food. And I'm not really about to read the law in the video, but I recommend that you brethren read Leviticus 11. It tells you a lot about like types of foods to eat, and like foods we can and we cannot eat. But let me just get these two verses. Not the first verse one in the book of Ezekiel 4 and verse 14. But the context of Ezekiel 4 is when the Most High told basically told Ezekiel to do physical things to himself to be symbolic for what the nation of Israel has to go through. And like one of the things he told him to do was I believe like Slovakia. Let me actually get it. He told him basically told Ezekiel to ration his food and his water, which is symbolic for the famine that happened. The famine that is about to happen. I'll start at verse 12. And thou shalt eat it as baked cakes, and thou shalt bake it. Start at verse 10. And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be of the weight of 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat. Counts like rationing food. Verse 11. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of a hin. From time to time thou drink. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes. Thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight. Cons like the Most High. It either because some translations say make fire out of poop, but at least what I take it to mean, and I could be wrong, but at least what I like when I read this in the KJV, what I get from it is like to eat poop, like poop itself, and not try to make something like fire out of poop, but like to physically eat poop itself. Let me read the classic real quick. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their bread. It's like it eats defiled bread among the Gentiles, without I will drive them. Cons like we could use this verse to for all the cross-contaminated foods that we eat, and all the GMO foods, like our bread or food is defiled when we live amongst the Gentiles. But chiefly verse 14. Then I said, Lord, behold, my soul hath not been polluted, for from my youth up, even till now, I have not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abomination into my mouth. It's like neither came there any abominable flesh in my mouth. So like obviously Ezekiel's quoting the law in Leviticus 11, but like this is just like a statement, like our forefathers really weren't eating wickedness like back in the old days, like days of old. Like some brethren that just like never had pork or lobster or like any abomination. Like our forefathers really kept the commandments. But I got that from the so-called Old Testament. Let me go to the so-called New Testament. Try to get another example. this example I'm trying to get is Acts 10:14, but the context of this verse, the whole chapter is really when the Most High is like started to started to graph the Israelites that weren't in the land of Israel, or like the Israelites that like are discontinued from the heritage. When Most High started to graft them back in, and this all started with when Peter went to Cornelius and stuff. But this is before Peter went to Cornelius. Like the Most High, like Cornelius knew he was an Israelite, but like he still discontinued from the heritage. And the Most High gave Peter and Cornelius a dream to like meet each other, and this is where Peter got his dream. Start of verse. Yeah, start of verse 9. Like Peter went to like a housetop and like he had a vision. And on the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the house to pray about the 6th hour, verse 10. And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made it ready, he fell into a trance. Like he felt like a vision, like he was awake, but like it was like a dream. Verse 11. And saw heaven opened, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners and led down to the earth. Verse 12. Wherein all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air, which are not supposed to eat any of those. But all of this was symbolic for the scattered sheep. Cause Jake lived like a scattered sheep, like the scattered Israelites, like they live like these beasts, like since they were keeping the law. So my video cut off, but like I was saying, like the scattered Israelites, like we were living like these like we weren't keeping the laws and commandments, so like, the Most High likened us unto these beasts. But reading on, roaring, Slakia, verse 13, and there came a voice to him, rise, kill and eat. So while Peter was having a trance, one of the like he heard a voice in the trance saying, get up and eat. Verse 14. But Peter said, La, or not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And where can you find the things that are common or unclean? The law, statutes, and commandments, particularly Leviticus 11. I forgot, it was somewhere in Deuteronomy. It could have been Deuteronomy 14, but I'm not so sure about the one in Deuteronomy. But nevertheless, this is another example of showing you like our ancestors, some of them just never ate anything defiled. Which if they can do it, then we could try our best to do it. But anyways, I hope somebody got edified, and I pray y'all pray for me, because I pray for y'all. I pray y'all pray for each other. But I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, and I do so by Shema Shalom.